Spending a lot more time in your home? If that's making you antsy about keeping things clean, a robot vacuum might be just the fix. I'm Erin from TechGadgetsCanada.com, and I recently had the chance to test out the new 2-in-1 Dreame D9 Vacuum and Mopping robot. I'm going to tell you all about my experience and what using this device is like, and whether I think it's a good buy. An early heads up, if you end up liking this video and finding it helpful, to please hit that like button and give me a sub, because it does help me keep making more videos that I hope everyone out there can watch, enjoy, and learn from.
This robot is a combo unit. It'll vacuum your home, but with the addition of a special mopping pad, it will also do a light wet mop. Interestingly, the water tank for the mop is part of the mopping pad itself, an odd but effective use of space. Dreame says it has a 150-minute runtime in total.
I'm happy to report that getting this bot set up was really easy. With the MiHome app, it took just a few clicks to get the Dreame D9 connected to my Wi-Fi network, and it was ready to clean. My bot learned my home very quickly as well. From the moment I hit start, I could see in the app the bot writing its map to my home using its sensors to create an overall map of my space. But there is a big problem with this, which I'm going to explain in a second.
After just one pass, my bot had a viewable map that I could see inside the app, and that is significantly faster than some other pricier bots, I'll say.
After about 3 weeks of use, about 3 times per week, the map looked to me to be accurate and 100% complete. I tried to go in and label the map so that I could direct the robot to clean certain rooms only. The app would just tell me, though, use feature after map is completed, and I was unable to get access to any room-specific cleaning during my testing period. For now, that means the map that was created will only show me where the bot has cleaned with some little squiggly lines, and it lets me draw no-go zones for the mop, but that feature too is imperfect. More on this also in a couple of minutes.
You'll need to turn this setting on inside the app, but the Dreame D9 has a power boost mode for carpets. With this setting enabled, the vacuum mop will automatically recognize carpet and turn on maximum suction. Once it leaves the carpeted area, it'll automatically resume normal suction. I definitely noticed this feature at work, and it does make a definite discernible sound. On the topic of noise and sound, I'm actually impressed by how quiet this robot is. It does make noise, yeah, but it seems softer, and you can actually adjust the power levels for a more thorough clean or to be quieter and thus use less suction. By the way, the bot here is in sweeping mode, and yes, those are very dusty dog prints all over the floor. I don't have the mopping pad on, so it's not really doing a whole lot to take up those dusty paw prints yet. Let's get on to the mopping action. The mop has a washable and reusable mopping pad that sticks to the mop's water tank. The whole unit slides onto the bottom of the robot. Conveniently, the pads on the bot are washable and reusable. Just toss them in the laundry or rinse them in the sink.
Has been installed.
The mopping on this robot should come with a disclaimer, in my opinion. It's not a mop in the same way you do a full wet mop. It is definitely not as thorough, since it really only uses a little bit of water. The tank volume here is about 270 mils, and just so you can see kind of there and here for comparison, that's all the water it uses. And it is really best, in my opinion, for doing a light dusting, not for an actual wet mop and clean, since there is also really no scrubbing. Now, important to note, Dreame recommends you do not use what it calls non-designated cleaners when you're mopping, but it doesn't tell you what cleaners those are or aren't. Helpfully, though, you can adjust the water flow to a moister or drier mop by using the app. The maximum area it's going to mop on one tank of water here is about 2,000 square feet, which may seem pretty impressive, but if you're cleaning 2,000 square feet with 300 millimeters of water or milliliters of water, I don't know that that's a lot to crow about.
The Dreame website makes the claim that this bot has, quote, effective antibacteria wet mopping that eliminates 99.9% of bacteria. There's also a note that the mopping pad is antibacterial itself, but no info on what this means. So this is where I'm getting a bit skeptical.
When you're mopping only with water, that's not killing anything. I'm not really sure why Dreame is making these claims, and it's not spelled out on the website or in the manual, which is disappointing. I did reach out to ask Dreame what the deal is with these claims versus what the bot can actually do. They said the antibacterial cleaning refers to when the mop is used with a special antibacterial cleaner that they supply, which is not available in North America. Again, disappointing since it's actively being marketed as an antibacterial mop.
You might be wondering how this bot handles mopping in homes with carpet. Great question, and the answer is it doesn't. It'll mop your carpets too, supposedly, unless you set specific mopping no-go zones. These zones are created inside the app and let you draw boxes around rugs or carpeted areas where it won't send the bot when the mop is attached.
I thought I had correctly delineated areas where the wet mop should not go, but it turns out that wasn't working so well. I went in and double-checked the no-go zones I had created, and apparently they had just not saved. Perhaps that was the reason that more than once in my testing I found the mop not just on the carpet with a wet mopping pad, but stuck and jammed under furniture too for a fine, damp mess. That's actually a good jumping off point to the next test. I found this robot both in vacuum and mopping mode got stuck every time it went out. Every single time.
Dreame does tell you it's necessary to pick up stray items like socks or cords before you send the bot out. It also notes, though, that you should set up, quote, physical barriers to keep the bot from falling downstairs or getting wedged under the sofa.
I have several problems here from my personal experience. Firstly, a robot vacuum that can't see steps or cliffs or stairs is not worth getting. Cliff sensors are a very basic feature of a robot vacuum, or a mop for that matter, and have been for years. That this one maybe can't navigate basic home features like stairs is really surprising. Now, by the way, I did not have stairs in my home to test it on during my review period. This is just based on Dreame's own warning. Now, when it comes to getting stuck, the Dreame D9 got stuck constantly. More than once, the bot wedged itself under the couch, and it did a mighty good job of this too. The bot doesn't just get stuck and then free itself like others do. It jams itself so fully into a small space that it is actually physically difficult to remove it.
The robot would get stuck on floor mats. It got hung up on a transition between the tile and the hardwood, though sometimes it did and sometimes it didn't. And this was after I tried to delineate no-go zones.
I also noticed it wasn't the best at going directly back to its base all the time. It seemed to me that it was becoming disoriented. It would be mid-job and I would send it home, and it was often a long slog all over the house before it would actually find its way. From time to time, it would just stop and I would actually need to carry it back to its base. More often than not, I'd come home and find the bot just stalled out somewhere in the house.
When it comes to the actual vacuuming and suction, the Dreame D9 does a fine job. The dustbin gets full, so it's definitely doing something. I did often get push notifications too that the filter was wet or clogged, something I've never had happen with other bots. Even so, there were no dustbin full alerts, so you do need to remember to empty it every time you vacuum, since the bin isn't huge.
The Dreame D9 will work with Alexa, or so Dreame says. The manual doesn't tell you how to do it, but I was able to figure it out by doing some surfing around online. I did get my bot connected to Alexa right away by using the skills interface. And Dreame says that for now, Alexa smart speakers can really only start and stop the Dreame D9 robot, but I couldn't even get that to work.
I don't want to be overly negative, but there are more than a few concerns with this bot, and I'm not going to be recommending it. Let's go over why.
The company boasts about the laser mapping, but really all that let me do is see where the bot has been, not tell it where to go. I wasn't able to delineate rooms for room-specific cleaning. The mopping no-go areas required numerous attempts to get them to save. Alexa functionality didn't work for me. The bot got lost. It got stuck. Every time. It mopped the carpets. It may fall down the stairs. It claims to kill bacteria when mopping by using the magical powers of water. On the good side, I guess, when it was running, it did suck dirt off the floor and into the dustbin. This robot vacuum and mop combo sells for about $400 US, and overall, after my hands-on experience, this truly feels like a robot vac that was launched well before it's fully ready. If you want to read this review or reference any of what I talked about, head over to techgadgetscanada.com, where I've posted a full write-up. You can ask me any questions you have about this bot, either there on the blog or, as always, here on the YouTube channel. I'm Erin. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please hit that like button and give me a sub, because it does help me keep making more videos that I hope everyone out there can watch, enjoy, and learn from. Until the next time, you can find me on either Twitter or Instagram. I'm at ErinLYYC. You can also catch me through Facebook at facebook.com/TechGadgetsCanada.